Welcome to the worst pay-to-win game ever series. And with this episode, with Elder Scrolls Online, I'm going to be taking the approach a little bit different because this is a buy-to-play game that also has a subscription fee, an optional one, by the way, and has a really huge cash shop. So there's a lot of monetization in this game. So I covered a lot of this during my live stream. So I'm going to be cutting to that video so you can see a full run through of the cash shop and why it bothers me so much. I'm kind of coming to a close already with Elder Scrolls Online, and it's mainly because there's just so much microtransaction shit in this game that just really bothers me to the point where it makes me not want to play anymore. And I know it sounds petty, especially when they give you the crowns when you're subscribed, and they give you all the access to all the DLCs while you're subscribed and all that. But the whole point behind this game is that they made it so that you buy the copy of the game and you get access to the stuff, right? Because that's usually how these games work when they're buy to play, at least when they transition into it. If they're going to be a subscription game, then be a subscription game. You know what I mean? This game is trying to do both at the same goddamn time. So they're trying to make you subscribe, and they want you to buy all the box copies of all the expansions, and then on top of that, the DLCs, which is something that really upsets me. So the first thing is really important to know when you're getting into Elder Scrolls Online is that when you're buying the box copy, let's say like you go to Steam and you're gonna buy the game for the first time, they usually bundle everything up. So like, let's say for example right here, the Blackwood expansion, and it comes with everything underneath it. So the Morrowind, the Elsewhere, the Somerset, the Greymore, blah 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 blah. And it's $50, and you go, okay, well, that's all the content I need, right? And obviously there is a new expansion coming out, so the new expansion is probably going to do the same thing, where you buy the new expansion, at least the collector's edition, because that's usually how they like to label it, and it will buy everything previously to that. The sad part about this is that you're not getting all the content available in the game when you do this. So you can go ahead and spend $50 and that's great. Then there's the DLCs. The only way to get the DLCs is through the Crown Store. And let me make it perfectly clear, if you do subscribe to $15 a month, you will get access to the DLCs as well. But the moment you unsubscribe, you lose access to the DLCs and you can't go there anymore. So this is why the main objective of somebody that subscribes every month is to collect the crowns that are 1,200 per month and use that towards buying the DLCs so that you could eventually unsubscribe and be able to just play the game as it is with no subscription fee. But with what I'm going to be explaining now, this is the point of view of somebody that doesn't want to subscribe, buys the expansions. This is what you're missing out on if you don't subscribe. And if you go in here and you click on DLC, there's a bunch, like there's so many DLCs, and these are all separate entity content that's like specific only for whatever they want to sell you. So let's say for example, you buy the expansion packs, you get access to the two new classes, like the Necromancer, and then there's also the Warden. But then there's other things that the game is basically locking you out of because you didn't get the DLCs separately. So if we count all this stuff, and let's just do the math on every single DLC in this game, you got 1,500. All right, you know what? I'm gonna break out a calculator. 1,500. As far as the pricing goes with the crowns, every 1,000 crowns is $10. So keep that in mind. So a majority of the DLCs that are coming out of this are $15 to $20 a piece. Okay, Ascending Tide Collector's Bundle. This is probably just some extra shit. So it's not technically, you know, like content. It's more just like cosmetic things, but whatever. We're going to include that too. We're going to include every single DLC. Let's just put it all in there. Dark Brotherhood, 2,000. Okay, Dragonhold, 2,000. By the way, you look at Dragonhold, for example, and Dragonhold is like an extra dungeon and shit. So like the shitty part about this kind of stuff is that there's literally content that it's blocking you out of because you didn't buy it or you're not subscribed. That's basically how it works. So let's say if you have friends that are planning to do a specific dungeon that's a DLC dungeon, and you're like, oh man, I want to tag along with you guys. Nope, you can't tag along with them unless you buy the DLC. So it's really shitty. I really hate that they did that. What's this? Guild and Glory 4 DLC Mega Pack. All right, what does this include? Imperial City, that's like the early shit. Thieves Guild, okay. Dark Brotherhood, all right. And then Orisum. All right, so I bought this to get access to the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild. That was the two things that I really was important to me. I really love those guilds in like, you know, the regular Elder Scrolls games. So I had to have those, you know, because that was just for me. So that's pretty much it. But I guess you could save a little bit by getting that pack. But why wasn't that in the top? You know, like, why did they put it in the bottom? So they basically, they already wanted you to buy the other ones. You see, like, Dark Brotherhood's up here, and it's like, it's already hiding some of the shit because they want you to spend more money here. Imperial City's free. See, why is that free when it was a part of this bundle pack that's 4,000? Come on, ZeniMax and Bethesda, you guys, like, why, man? Why are you guys so scummy? Like, I swear to God. All right, so now Season of the Dragon DLC. All right, this is 3,500. Oh my God, $35. Wow. All right, so we're already at $245 basically right now, and I haven't even put all of them in yet. All right, so now Shadow of the Hist, because we're gonna skip the Somerset because that's a part of the expansion shit. Deadlands. You know, I bought the Blackwood, and I thought Blackwood meant that it was the Oblivion stuff, because that's what it looked like it advertised, right? I mean, let me look at it again. When you click on Blackwood, it's showing like all this Oblivion shit. So it's showing like the demon and stuff, and like, let's see the cutscene. Even the cutscenes are showing Oblivion type shit. But you don't get access to that stuff unless you buy the separate DLC that's the Oblivion zone, you know? Like, how is that fair? Because like I literally spent the extra money to buy the expansion for this Blackwood thing because I thought I was getting Oblivion, and I didn't. So then I ended up subscribing just to go to the Deadlands because I wanted to see what it looked like, and I'm in there right now. But it's kind of underwhelming, but it's still extra content, you know? So I was just like, okay, I want to try it. But yeah, 2,000 right there. Did I add that to the list? I don't even remember. Like, I'm losing track. There's so many DLCs, like I'm literally losing track. All right, so my calculator thing, I feel like I'm already messing it up. But you see the point here, right? Like, basically, you could spend like literally $500 on all these fucking DLCs. It's crazy. Like, it just keeps going. Look, and the ones that I own alone, like, I don't own enough, I guess. I have the Thieves Guild, I have the Somerset. So let me just count the ones that I own. That's $160 already that I calculated, and I haven't even calculated all of it. Like, that's insanity. And they're expecting everyone to not only buy the expansion packs that are supposedly supposed to have a lot of content, but they don't, and then on top of that buy the DLCs. That's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. And there's several ways to get access to the DLCs, okay? Because it is possible to trade crowns with other players. But the shitty part about it is that it's not an easily accessible thing within the game, kind of like how Guild Wars 2 did it, where they had an actual like system in the game where you can trade gold for like in-game currency stuff, whatever, you know what I mean? So you can actually get it done that way. In this, you have to take full faith that the person is going to send you the crowns, or that the person that you're selling the crowns to is going to send you money using the in-game mail system, which is completely like why, you know? Like, that's such a risky move to do that. because I was looking into doing it myself and to like earn the amount of gold in the game and then just transfer it to crowns. But it's extremely expensive. I've seen like usually the lowest rates are 1,000 per crown, and 1,000 per crown, like you're easily gonna be spending a good 2 million of in-game gold just to get enough crowns to purchase one 2,000 DLC. This one right here, like if you wanted to buy this one, it's gonna cost you 2 million freaking coins. Like that's a lot of grind, and there's a lot of ways to make money in this game, but it's not like you're gonna make that 2 million in like a day or two. It's gonna take you a while, especially like if you're just kind of like casually playing like I do, where I log in and I'll maybe play for an hour and a half to 2 hours maximum per day. Then forget it. Like you're gonna be probably months grinding to get the dragon hold, you know, just to get one DLC. By that point, I'm already over it and I don't even want to fucking play anymore, you know. So like that's basically where I'm getting at with this whole shit. But I haven't even discussed the other stuff on this cash shop yet. But this is the biggest thing that really grinds my gears with this. Like it really bothers me a lot. So the second thing that bothers me so much about this game is the crafting bag, because the only way to get the crafting bag is by getting a subscription. So you need to get the EVO Plus. You see, and it gives you the crafting bag. And you know what's the shittiest part about this whole thing is that, you know, if I could put all the crafting materials in the bank and save it there, it would be fine. But the problem is that when you reach endgame, when you really start playing this game seriously, like I've been playing this game on and off for like ever since the game came out. So I have tons of gear sets in there that I'm keeping because I like to use it on different characters, or I like to change up my build every once in a while so I don't get bored of using the same build all the time. You know, so like I have all that stuff in the bank, and it's a shared bank that's among all your characters in the game. So like I can't even have like a mule character unless I just literally make alts to be pure mules to keep it in their inventory, which I don't want to do. I want to actually play each of my characters here and there, you know. So in order to get extra space too, you gotta subscribe. You see, extra bank space, because otherwise you're gonna be spending like a ridiculous amount of in-game gold just to upgrade the bank space. And the bank space is like, it's like right now I can get like 10 inventory slots for like 50,000 gold or whatever, and it's like, dude, like I'm not gonna spend that much just for 10 slots. Like that's some bullshit. So this game does that a lot, where they always try to push you to spend money. Like that's what the goal is of this entire game, is to push you to that. So eventually you're gonna succumb to either subscribing or you're gonna succumb to like fucking just buying it outright and getting the crowns to get DLCs and to do all that stuff. But the crafting bag you can't purchase in the DLC. Like if you could buy it, then I wouldn't be complaining right now, you know. But the crafting bag is so goddamn important. Like if you don't have the crafting bag, you're gonna be full on inventory all the goddamn time. Like especially if you want to enjoy crafting, or if you want to enjoy gathering. Because for me, when I was playing like New World, for example, I loved chopping down trees, cutting down, hitting every rock, gathering every flower. Like that was easily the best moments that I had in that game. So I tried to do the same thing in Elder Scrolls when I didn't have the subscription, and I hated my life because I was always full on inventory, because that's not even counting the gear sets that I had to have on my character for when I swap, on top of like not having bank space at all because I'm putting all my crafting materials in there, you know. So like I was just always full. The bank was full, my character was full, like my alts were full. Like it's so stupid, man. Like, you know what's the funniest thing? Look at this right here. This is the upgrades materials. You can buy assistance, so you can have like a banker come to you, and then like, so you don't have to go back to town. So it's like a convenience item, whatever. I already don't like convenience items, but let's just pretend like, you know, this is cool. You're gonna spend $50 to get a banker to come to you. I would never do this, but like I'm sure there are people that have. And there's different types too. So if you're one of those that like to collect shit, then expect to spend a lot of money. Look, $50, $100, $150, $100, $200, and then like if you want to have like each type, oh my god, like forget it. Anyway, so let's get to this part because this part is funny as fuck. There's an armory slot. So what this is like they added a system in the game where you could swap builds. The shitty part about this is that they're charging you for extra slots. $1,500, that's $15 for an extra slot. So by default, you only have 2. Here's the kicker with this. You can literally download an add-on that's free, by the way, and this thing has been out for a long time. It's called the dressing room. See, I have it right here. The dressing room lets you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sets, okay, that you could have for different builds, and you don't have to pay money for this. It's an add-on. It's an add-on, you know, like, and then that's not even counting the other builds. And then I can change it to a healer build and have 8 more, and then a damage build and have 8 more builds. You know, like, what? How did Bethesda get away with this shit? You know, like ZeniMax too. Like both of you guys, both of you guys are criminals right now. Like both of you guys. Oh my god, like it's insane, man. Like, oh, you're using add-ons, you son of a bitch. You're not supporting the development of the developers. Because you know you got to do this. You got to do the the hands on the because the white knights. This is the white knights right here defending their game, regardless of how scummy it is. I don't give a shit. You are an asshole for not supporting the developers. They need to buy Teslas, goddammit. They need multiple Teslas. One for the 15-year-old daughter, another one for the 16-year-old son. I mean, he just graduated, goddammit. He needs a Tesla. So, yeah, so it's fucking crazy, man. You know what's the sad part? I bet you that the actual developers, like the people that actually made the skins and made the stuff that's in this game, probably don't even get paid well enough to buy a Tesla. That's the real sad part. But this just keeps going. You want to get into housing and you want to have like a fully furnished house, you're going to be spending some money. Unless you want to grind your fucking ass off for years probably to get all the stuff you want. Furniture, so you can buy furniture in here. And this is probably exclusive stuff too, because I can't imagine that they're going to give every single cosmetic shit for free. Like, there's no way. Not with like their background of wanting to take money and milk their franchises for all it's worth, you know. Like look at the 7,000 different versions of Skyrim we got Skyrim on the like Xbox 360, going into Xbox One, going into PlayStation 4, going into like PC, and then it's like 4 different other Skyrims, you know, like yo, it's crazy, man. I consider Elder Scrolls Online to be like one of my favorite MMOs because of the gameplay, because of the amount of content, and because of just, the fun factor of the game. But the scummy bits is what really ruins the game for me and makes me not want to ever touch this game ever again. Like I already want to uninstall this game because every time I look at the DLCs, I'm like, oh, so that means all I gotta do is stay subscribed, because you get about, I think, 1,200 crowns, if I'm not mistaken, every month while you're subscribed. So doing the math, and you saw that it came out to like 21,000, or probably more because I didn't calculate all of them. It was like 21,000 crowns that I needed to thing. So let's do the math. If it was 1,200 for every single month, so and I subscribed for a year, that's 1,400. So that's only $144 worth of DLC right there that I could take and buy those, so then I can eventually unsubscribe. But then the problem with unsubscribing is that you're losing the crafting bag. So if you lose the crafting bag, then you gotta go and resort to never gathering anything and don't do any crafting at all. Like zero crafting. Just don't even do it. because otherwise you're gonna be fucking full on inventory again, you know? So like it's just an endless loop of garbage that ZeniMax and Bethesda does, that it makes me like, I don't know, man. I'm really hoping that now that Bethesda is with Microsoft, that things get better, but I highly doubt it. I think with Elder Scrolls Online, this game is already complete. This is the way they're gonna monetize their game, and that's it. Like that's all there is to it. There's nothing more to it. So if they ever made an Elder Scrolls Online 2, then maybe they could fix it, but I kind of doubt that that will ever happen in our lifetime, or probably ever. I don't know. That's pretty much it. That's my rant, I guess. So the one thing I forgot to mention during all that is the actual crown crates, which is this here. Literal loot boxes. And if you go and you try to buy these things, actual consumable items like this sweet roll, different pets, which these pets are all just cosmetic. They just follow you around and stuff. So there's nothing super game breaking in here. But for somebody that wants to collect all these things, you're going to be spending a lot of money on just the loot boxes alone. It's pretty insane. And with the way RNG is in this game, I highly doubt you're going to get the cool stuff right away. You're probably going to end up getting all this garbage down here that's like the white items or these green ones and stuff that are just like armor dyes and some drink you will probably never use on your normal character. So it's really sad stuff. So I wouldn't recommend ever rolling the dice on any of these crates. If you get them for free through a Twitch drop or something like that, go for it. But yeah, to spend $4 or upwards even $50 on buying crates, this is Genshin Impact basically. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the pay to win on Elder Scrolls Online, where this game is always constantly trying to push you in the direction to spend more money in order to have fun. Remember back in the day when you used to buy a game and it will just work? You know, the game will just be available for you to have fun in without having to think twice about what's on the cash shop that you need to make your gameplay better or more convenient or any of those things. But anyway, I'm done talking about it. Thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. I'm probably going to see a lot of thumbs down. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.